say lightning never strikes twice. And we have the list of shows to prove it.
I'm gonna do this just to show you how low, pathetic, and desperate you all are.
Ka-ching!
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 worst American TV remakes.
A horrible Americanization of a truly brilliant British show.
For this list, we're looking at successful shows originally made outside the United States, which were reworked for American audiences and which failed miserably because they didn't respect what made the foreign version special and expected a quick cash-in.
I know I just met you, and first impressions can be unfair, but you really seem like a jerk.
Number 10, Men Behaving Badly.
I start out low.
Oh, you couldn't get any lower.
You don't know me.
You can't completely blame this on Rob Schneider, but feel free to.
Quite a funny story attached to that.
Originally an ITV series about politically incorrect flatmates, this show lost the countercultural spark that made it work when it moved from slummy South London to Middle America.
It did bring up an interesting moral dilemma, though.
How so?
Well, the sex was consensual when we started. But what about after she fell asleep?
No longer a show championing the macho boys will be boys attitude, it instead became a run-of-the-mill sitcom about a couple of couch potatoes.
Houston, we have a problem.
Up against ratings juggernauts like The Simpsons, Men struggled and eventually crashed and burned 6 episodes into its already shortened second season.
You want to drool? Go ahead. You want to throw up on an old guy? It's your prerogative.
Number 9, Red Dwarf.
This must seem pretty spooky for everyone.
A cult favorite sci-fi show, Red Dwarf was destined for success across the pond.
Oh, this cat is quite clearly pregnant. He is? I thought it was all the beer I'd been giving her.
However, rehashed jokes and footage from the original appeared phony, and the show lost its characteristic cultural diversity.
But it's not the career setback it used to be.
Despite additions like Jane Leeves and Terry Farrell, and the retention of original series actor Robert Llewellyn, casting was also disappointing. And producers were unable to find a John Belushi-style likable slob to play Lister, so they were forced to make do with Craig Bierko.
Well, for reasons that are too stupid to go into, most of the crew was wiped out, and we wound up adrift 3 million years in deep space, which is real nice.
After 2 separate pilots, the American take was shelved.
I'm glad it didn't work anyway, and the guys are really upset it didn't work. So, we're both pulling from different ends of the rope here, because if it had worked, there wouldn't have been a Series 6, 7, or 8, you know what I mean? They would have all gone to America and become multimillionaires, and me and Danny would have been on the dole.
Number 8, Kath and Kim.
What's she doing here? What is she doing here?
Hailed as possibly the worst remake ever, this retread of the Aussie hit about a dysfunctional mother-daughter duo hemorrhaged ratings, with viewership dropping drastically within the first few episodes.
What did you do to my room? You turned it into a freaking curve!
Despite being produced by the same creative team as the original, fans of the Down Under version complained that the Molly Shannon and Selma Blair-led cast fell short of their Aussie counterparts in terms of both character and chemistry.
Does a very good job at that, Kevin Costner.
Oh, yeah, gorgeous.
We'll give your groin a bit of a stretch. Okay.
All right. Oh, it hurts actually.
Hello? Revolting?
Oh.
New viewers picked up on the lack of jokes and the distinct absence of humor, and it was dropped after 17 episodes.
That's right. You need to get your priorities straight. Hand over the green. You are no longer part of the team.
Number 7, Skins.
Let's get this party started.
Although filmed in Canada and featuring some Canadian talent, this MTV-funded 10-episode remake was intended for American audiences from the start.
They're all so dim, they might just buy it.
Beginning with a shot-for-shot redo of the UK series pilot, Skins US made half an effort to find its own footing.
I can't talk right now.
But the constant censorship and toning down of the drinking, drugging, and sexing left it spayed and neutered compared to the UK import. When it did step up and try to be racy, it drew accusations of child porn, and that's never a good thing.
Take them off!
You got it, baby!
Number 6, the IT crowd.
We were so drunk that we decided to hire prostitutes.
It may have been a shot-for-shot, mostly word-for-word remake of Graham Linehan's well-loved original about geeky IT professionals, but this US pilot failed to impress anyone, geek or not, and failed to even see the light of day until 2012.
It might be something you say or something you do, but when we notice it, and believe me, we will notice it.
Sure, it gained points by keeping Richard Ayoade as Moss, but creators missed the mark by casting Joel McHale, whose smug confidence was just not the right fit for Roy.
She's right, you know.
Fortunately, network brass gave the project the thumbs down, creating a new, better timeline where community exists.
Your number comes up, you go.
Just so you know, Jeff, you were now creating 6 different timelines.
Of course I am, Abed.
Number 5. Spaced.
What are you doing in here?
There was a bird, and it flew in. It was huge.
After the massive success of Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, digging out the classic series that started it all only made sense. While buzz for the remake banked on the Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, Edgar Wright connection, the trio had no involvement or input. Not to mention, Pegg's co-star and Spaced co-creator Jessica Stevenson was never even mentioned.
All right, well, we don't need to talk about that. I mean, we can if you want.
Had the pilot been picked up, the character's uncommented drug usage and Mike's gun obsession would have been majorly nerfed, while outsider references to American movies would have also fallen flat.
Bow.
No, you don't want this. You don't want. What if I take his little friend here and I just do that? No, none of that. What if I do this?
That's the safety.
I know. You need it off in order to kill people.
Number 4. The Inbetweeners.
I'm gonna take you outside and I want you to
Really?
Both were shows about awkwardly transitioning into manhood, but only one was successful.
Oh my God, he's got a boner.
Jay, please.
Oi! Simon's got a boner!
What's to blame? Toned down, cleaned up dialogue, and questionable character development decisions.
I should text her a picture, huh? Sure how much of a badass I am.
I don't think badasses text pictures of themselves, though.
Only of their I do it all the time. It's like a bat signal for sniz.
New Will was 2 together. Brain-dead but harmless Neil became generic stoner guy, and sex-obsessed, conniving Jay was reinvented as a dollar store Jonah Hill.
What is that, a briefcase?
It's a messenger bag.
Oh, is it delivering the message my mom dressed me?
Their total lack of chemistry didn't win fans either, as the boys didn't come off as friends so much as 4 guys reluctantly exchanging dialogue. After 12 episodes of not fitting in with viewers, it finally gave up and went away.
Back in the day, this thing was awesome. Back in the day when you decided never to get laid again.
Number 3, coupling.
How well do you know this Steve guy? Are you close?
Close, we're porn buddies.
Porn buddies.
Yeah. You see, in the event of Steve's death, the first thing I'll do is go straight to his place and remove all the pornography before his parents can find it.
On paper, this US redo about a bunch of single 30-somethings looked like the perfect replacement for the outgoing Friends.
I don't accept.
No, you can't not accept. I'm breaking up with you.
Written by Stephen Moffat of Sherlock and Doctor Who fame, the original scripts were used nearly word for word. But the sexually charged humor made it too racy for American primetime.
It's really just sex with a fringe of conversation.
Meanwhile, some NBC affiliates refused to broadcast it for religious reasons. And BBC America added insult to injury by showing original episodes immediately after the remake during its 6-episode run to prove its supremacy over its stilted American equivalent.
It's a safety precaution. You know, like a scuba diver dives with a buddy in case he runs out of air.
Number 2, The Prisoner. Though it was created as a dual effort between British channel ITV and American cable network AMC, this miniseries remake of the Patrick McGoohan classic didn't please anyone.
Take me to the nearest town if you have to.
Hey man, I just do local destinations, okay?
The story of a man who awakens trapped in an enigmatic but idyllic village. It didn't connect with audiences and washed out almost completely with critics.
Why would you want to leave? Why would you even think such a thing?
Even with Geek King Ian McKellen. While the original was praised for its wit, sci-fi elements, and intrigue, the remake seemed way too into itself and lacked both a sense of humor and a sense of wonder.
You gotta cut this out!
You gotta stop this!
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Wait, stop!
What?
Stop!
What?
Gosh!
What?
Did you guys have lunch?
I did not. Chinese chicken salad, is that a salad made with Chinese chicken? Or is that a chicken salad made in the Chinese style?
And no sex for you. Goodbye.
It's 1973. Or, as our Chinese brethren like to call it, the year of the fist.
Number 1. Payne. Several remakes of this BBC classic were attempted, all of which featured formidable TV talent and all of which failed miserably. Payne is one such offender, wherein John LaRoquette portrays Basil Fawlty's stand-in, Royal Payne. By this time, the format, jokes, and characters felt overdone and worn out, while the show also lacked the timing, physical humor, and comedic rage of its predecessor. Even with the blessing of John Cleese and his promise to appear on the show, it went unwatched, and joined the choir invisible after airing 9 episodes.
Never came back.
What a shame.
Do you agree with our list? What's your least favorite American remake?
Let me guess. When they killed you off in the plane crash, it was just a dream.
Oh, no, that's so hokey and overdone.
For more brilliant top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
That was easy.
Why did you think a big balloon would stop people?
Shut up!